I'm here for the Innovate ELT conference in Barcelona. And I actually think this is such a beautiful coincidence. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. As today we're doing sort of EFLtalks for BRAZ TESOL, I wanted to do something different. I want to tell you about the SIG group, obviously, that I've helped to set up, which is Voices for Women. It's part of BRAZ TESOL, and it's a brand new special interest group. But I want to explain it from my personal point of view and how joining BRAZ TESOL has contributed to my professional development. So my story, there's people from all around the world here, and my story may sound very familiar. A lot of EFL teachers, a lot of English teachers travel to new countries. So I'm going to tell you this story, my story as a teacher who came to Brazil 6 years ago without knowing anyone, feeling very out of place and having to start my career over again in a small town that didn't have an active ELT community. But my story actually begins right here in Barcelona, believe it or not. So that's the beautiful coincidence. You see, before moving to Brazil in 2011, I actually lived and worked in Spain for 10 years. I was the director of studies of Oxford House. I was a teacher trainer. I had this sort of really wonderful career, and I was part of a wonderful network here in Barcelona. And when I moved, it was a huge challenge for me. And, you know, talk about getting out of your comfort zone. I really found it challenging. And like I said, I didn't know anyone, and I was starting all over again. Basically, I hid out of my classroom for like 4 years. I was disconnected from the teaching community. And it was in 2016, last year, that I decided to come here for the Innovate ELT conference. I'm back again this year. And at this conference, I was kind of complaining to people about missing the thriving, passionate teachers that Barcelona has. And it was Ben Goldstein who said to me, but Brazil's got lots of great ELT professionals. What are you talking about? There's this person, this person, this person. And I didn't know anyone. A lot of people in Brazil probably know Ben because he's a regular at BRAZ TESOL. And he said, listen, BRAZ TESOL is where is that, Claire? There's a conference happening this year. So get along to that. It's in Brasilia. And so I followed his advice and I joined BRAZ TESOL. I went to the conference in Brasilia and I started connecting with people. And I kept those connections going online. And let me tell you, it just felt wonderful to be part of and supported by a community of passionate teachers again. I felt like I'd found my tribe again. And this was really a turning point for me. And then after that, after Brasilia, on the 30th of September, I gave a talk for the Teacher Development Special Interest Group in Sao Paulo. There's me, you can probably see me there, and some of the other people who are speaking today too. And it was at this conference that Voices SIG was born. Okay, well, to be honest, it wasn't actually there, it was here that Voices SIG was born. Just like so many other great things in EFL, Voices was born around a table with a couple of beers at a post-conference meetup. And I was at this table and I found myself surrounded by these amazing women. And we were talking about teaching and learning and our careers and what's holding us back. And we talked about being women in Brazil and what that meant and the challenges that brought and how those challenges were translated to the classroom for us as teachers and also for our students. We talked about a lot of things, and then we started sort of asking questions. Gender issues in the classroom, and how many women are teachers compared to men? What is the ratio there? And how is that reflected in the top positions? How are we represented as plenary speakers, as leaders, as decision makers? Is there a glass ceiling in ELT? Does that exist? We had all of these questions and not a lot of answers, so we decided to form a group. And we had to then go on and formalize the group. We had to create a board, we had to choose roles, we had to create a mission, and we did. We got approved by BRAZ TESOL, and I'm happy to say that in April of this year, we launched Voices for Women. It's the first special interest group of its kind, and I would like now to introduce you to some of the women who are part of this board. Okay, so on the left, you might all recognize this lovely redhead here. That is Ila Coimbra. And Ila has been teaching for more than 15 years. She's a teacher trainer and a regular on the conference circuit. One of her areas of interest is dealing with the covert syllabus and inclusion in ELT. I had the privilege of watching her talk yesterday at Innovate, and she is a really impressive speaker. She knows her stuff. She's done an EFLtalks, so you might like to check that out after. And she is not, surprisingly, the president of our special interest group. Okay, so then there's me. I'm the vice president, and I support Ila. My passion has always been teaching young learners, as Rob mentioned, but in the last few years I've been particularly interested in creating networks of women who want to develop their careers in the city that I live in Victoria. I see a need for that, and I see a benefit in doing that. So Voices has now given me a chance to expand the work that I've been doing and reach even more women. If I flick through to the next slide, we can see some more members of our board, and this is Cynthia here on the left. Cynthia is a coordinator at 7 in Sao Paulo, and she is a teacher and a teacher trainer. She has a particular interest in investigating gender equality at an institutional level, and she wants to help schools make sure they're providing equal opportunities and fair conditions for both men and women. So she is our treasurer, that's Cynthia. Also been in EFL for like almost 15 years. She lives in Sao Paulo. Cecilia, who is the other woman in the picture there, Cecilia is our secretary, and many people know her from her Facebook groups, her blogs, her online courses for teachers. She's a successful online teacher, so she's also looking after our social media naturally. She's wonderful. She'll be moving from her hometown of Rio to England next semester. Actually, she's leaving us because she got a full scholarship to do a master's in TESOL at Warwick University. So if you want to catch Cecilia before she leaves, you should come to the SIG symposium in July. She'll be giving a plenary talk there. The last member of our board is Nina. Now, Nina works for Richmond, and she travels all over the country to meet and work with teachers in a wide range of contexts. She really has her ear to the ground in what's going on in classrooms all over Brazil, and she's on the advisory board as well of the BRAZ TESOL chapter in Curitiba, and she's our marketing manager. So as you can see from these different profiles, we all live in different places, we work in different contexts, we have different areas of interest, and this diversity is one of our strengths. The pooling of ideas and skills and experience has been something which has made the group dynamic and productive, and has been a wonderful professional development activity for me. Getting involved in this, wanting to make a difference, wanting to do something meaningful in my profession. As a volunteer, of course, this is something that we all do voluntarily. It's a wonderful feeling and very, 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 very fulfilling. The group has a mission, and I'll just read through it really quickly for you. We want to provide opportunities, training and networking for women to develop their careers in any direction they choose. We want to study women's issues in and outside of our industry, and we want to collaborate with TEFL institutions to help them promote gender equality. Now, based on the belief that we really believe that equality benefits everybody, and this SIG aims to bring about some positive and necessary changes in EFL. We want to create as well a channel of communication so that women can get in contact with us and tell us what it is that they need from the SIG. How can we represent them? So that's what this is all about, and our main channel of communication is, of course, on our Facebook group. So feel free to go into Facebook and give us a like there and contact us through there. Now, we know that there are lots of groups who deserve more equality in ELT. But it seemed like the right thing to do to speak for and represent a group that we all belong to. We're all women, so that's what this is. This is Voices for Women. But we hope this is the first step, and we hope this serves to inspire other groups to start their own SIG or their own group within this umbrella of voices. Maybe you belong to an underrepresented group that needs a voice inside the ELT industry. Again, get in contact with us via our Facebook page, because we'd love to talk to you about how we did this and support you in any way of doing the same thing. So listen, basically that's it. That's how BRAZ TESOL got the first SIG that looks at women's issues in ELT. Let me just flip into this next slide. These are some of the groups that, this is our sort of next step. We'd like to see more groups forming. My message to you today is just to get involved. Get involved. The work that I've been doing in the last 12 months as part of BRAZ TESOL and part of this SIG have been the most transformative moments, the most inspiring things I've ever done in my entire career. And I can't tell you enough how happy I am to be part of BRAZ TESOL and had to have found this community. And I encourage you all, just like Graham did, to join us, get involved. And particularly if this is a chance for you in July on the 7th and 8th in Sao Paulo, we're going to be having a big SIG symposium. It's a perfect opportunity to get a look at what BRAZ TESOL is all about. So if you go, please come up and say hi to me. I am all about connecting with other ELT professionals to help strengthen and grow our teaching community. So thank you. It was an honor to be here.